The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome in to another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're following me on all the social media platforms. That way, if you have a song, a band, a video, something you want me to check out, you can hit me up with a DM or leave it in the comments below. If you are going to hit me up with a DM on social media, please no spamming. If you are going to leave it in the comments below, join the I Concur Army. All you have to do to join the ICA is give the comments a cursory glance. If you see your suggestion has already been made by someone else, all you have to do is leave a like on that original comment and below reply with I Concur. That will help my old resin-coated, drug-addled DJ brain put everything into a nice little organized list, and then I can get it into the handy-dandy notebook. Another way to get me your requests, every Saturday, 2 p.m., live from right here in East Nashville, we are doing the Wild Side Live. For 2 hours, we sit down and chat about just about anything, man. I get asked questions ranging from my tastes in music, my knowledge in music, to the industry, radio, how radio works, behind-the-scenes stuff, backstage antics, things like that. So it's a good opportunity to just sit back, chill, ask some questions, and have some really great conversations with some really great people. The only rule we have for the live stream is, of course, no politics, no religion. Let's talk about things that are fun. Today's video is coming from the live stream, and before we get to it, I do want to say thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200 Music to See, Gothic Jewelry, and, of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. They are the proud sponsors of The Wild Side with Eric Clark and The Wild Side Live, so make sure you say thank you to them as well. Wild Side Live gave us today's suggestion. Someone said, hey man, you've been doing a lot of Nightwish, but what you really need to do is go in the Wayback Machine and check out ReVamp, which is Floor Jensen's band between the one she did After Forever and Nightwish. In that between, you are my Sherpas. Let me know everything down below about this song, this band, this performance. I know that the guy that I saw in Arion, right, and Star One, used something, Vanderbroek, something. I recognize that name from the keyboards. So everybody, all you Sherpas, jump in down below, give me all the history and all the backstory to this. Today we are checking out ReVamp. This is live at GrasPop. I hope I said that correctly. 2010. It's ReVamp. Here we go.
Well, that was the ballad, obviously. Are you ready for something more heavy?
Yes.
GrasPop? Was that a yes?
I said it correctly, cool.
I can't hear you. Fucking hell, it's hot up here.
I bet.
Are you ready for our next song? And you guys, are you ready for our next song? And you guys, ready? Let's go.
Made me look.
Disdain!
Nice.
Myself, my disdain takes control.
Nice. Nice. That was slamming. That was absolutely slamming right there. So let me see if I can break all this apart as quickly as I can. I will try to practice brevity. That is ReVamp, Disdain, live GrasPop 2010, as suggested from the Wild Side live stream every Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time here in the U.S. So, first and foremost, I have to ask all of my Sherpas. I saw because I'm this guy. If I come over your house, just so you know, if I ever come over your house, the first thing I'm going to do is probably walk into your kitchen and open your refrigerator. It's a thing. I want to see what kind of condiments you have rocking, in case I need some mustard or anything like that. It's a weird thing. I'm a food guy. Joey doesn't share food. But I noticed one of the tents, one of the booths, if you will, at the festival said barbecue. I'm from Tennessee. So barbecue and BBQ and cookout are all like different stuff. So someone please tell me what that is. Is that pulled pork? Is that with sauce, without sauce? What kind of sauce are we talking? I do want to know, when someone is in Europe at a music festival and they have a barbecue booth, as an American who lives in the South and deals with on a weekly basis the battle of the barbecue, I have to know, what is the barbecue at that festival? It's really gonna bother me until someone answers it down below. Please answer me down below. Also, my Sherpas, fill me in with everything, because I was surprisingly not surprised by this. So this is a very mainstream groove here. But let me get to the Trinity. Let me get to the Holy Trinity. Let's talk about the three important things I look at when someone says, hey, check out this live band. So I'm looking at the relationship, number one, between the band and the crowd. What is the band or the leader, the front of the band? How is that relationship? How are the energies colliding there? And what colors do they make? So you've got this one energy coming from the crowd, and you have another energy coming from the stage. Somewhere in the ether they meet, and it creates its own instrument. So I want to see what that is. I like how she came out and talked about being hot, and I wrote this down. Festivals for metal bands sucks. And let me tell you why. Most festivals are in the summertime. Most metal bands dress in black and leather. So when you're a band who's performing during the day, even bands that are performing at night, we did a festival here in Nashville, and it was Shinedown was closing out the show. And when they came off that stage, this was like June or July. And they came off that stage, bro, and it was just someone get them water and an air conditioning. So and these are new metal guys. These aren't metal guys. So dressed in black, yeah, dude, it's hot, and you're performing, jumping around. So the ease that she's able to communicate, and I've always said this about Floor Jensen, she has the ability to be commanding while also being guileless. It's this really cool method of hers of control. And I know that this is early in her career, and I'm even seeing it then, where she's able to come out and masterfully control, because optically she is a presence on that stage. She towers over everybody in the band. You're down low looking up. So I'm sure that this was absolutely overwhelming to the ocular senses to see that on stage. So she had that crowd right here, as usual. So now I'm looking at the band and each other. There's number 2. You know, how is the band with each other on stage? Dude, this is really a great example of a pocket. When someone says they're in a pocket, that's a great example of it. You know, from beginning to end, from the time that started to the time it ended, they got into a groove and everyone stayed there, and it was a natural functioning of them. So that's a pocket right there, and they were in it. And it was such a great harmony between that really heavy riff that was getting laid down and that drummer. And then the keys would come in and sprinkle in these. And I think that was the dude, the Used guy, that I remember from Star. I did a Star One video and a couple of Arion videos, and I recognized him from that. But he's really good as well. You know, these guys that are trained classically on keys or on other instruments are really good about subtleties. They're really good about dropping things in and making sure that the balance and the layers are correct. So very well done musically. It was a very well layered song, great forward momentum, great drive. The changes when they occurred happened at the right times. Nothing was out of place and nothing had any sharp edges. It was a really good, smooth transition throughout all the colors of the spectrum of that track. And this one of these tracks, and especially in this performance, it makes me upset with the industry. It does. This is one of those great examples of, seriously, somebody let that slip? Somebody let that slip through, especially that song. That song is a great, I wrote it, great mainstream groove. It was very reminiscent. In my head, I had these familiar sounds colliding. And I talk about this in a lot of videos about when you're introducing someone to new music, to new sounds. In that newness, in the modernity, in the newness, you also want some thread of tradition, some thread of familiarity in there to at least provide you with okay, I get that. You know, I like that sound because it connects with something before. And I was getting, and I know this is probably someone's going to yell at me about it. And again, I can't do one video without someone telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. But I was getting like a fight and a Disturbed all at the same time. But the uniqueness of Floor, and this is the incredible part of the song that really does anger me, because in this 4.5 minute track, Floor Jansen takes you on a tour of her entire vocal range. From the heavy to the growl to the soft to the melodic to the operatic, all of it changing and weaving itself through that musical color spectrum. And her control of that is just absolutely incredible. So I'm glad someone pointed this out to me, but again, it's also one of those, dude, come on, man. You know, come on, dude. You know, what? How did you let this go? How did this not appear on my desk as a music director back in the day? You know, back in 2010, when we were doing BuzzFest, when we were doing all the new stuff and acoustic dens and things like that. This is really all those lunches I had with A&R reps and all the phone calls I had with label people and, you know, listening to it. When you meet with a lot of these folks, not all of them, but a lot of them, people who are in the music industry are very, if you think I have an ego, if you think I have, you know, whatever, arrogance, whatever, dude, you've seen nothing, man. You've seen nothing yet. Wait till you meet the person who has someone's future in their hands. It's a very weird dynamic. But anyway, songs like this and performances like this make me go back in my memory and want to have conversations with all these people after they've boasted and bragged about how they're on the forefront and how they've got their finger on the pulse of the next sound and, all this crap that they were telling us to play the bands that they were repping. And then you see something like this and you're like, bro, you owe me that lunch money back. That lunch we took you out to in the strip club and all that, I want that back. I want that back. It's very upsetting, man. So it's kind of in hindsight, it makes me even angrier at the way the industry is operated, at least in the Western, in the United States. So thank you very much for that. ReVamp Disdain Live 2010. Again, great band, great sound, good tone too, a really good traditional tone with the proper amounts of modernity sprinkled in there, just great layers. Again, proper amount. So I appreciate that. Again, if you have a suggestion for something you want me to check out, hit me up with a DM, leave it in the comments below. But if you are going to leave it in the comments below, join the I Concur Army, read through. If you see your suggestions been made, leave a like and an I Concur. Thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music to See, Gothic Jewelry, and, of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. They are the proud sponsors of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. And every Saturday, 2 p.m. Central Time, another opportunity for you to get me your song, band, video suggestions. At 2 p.m. Central Time here in the U.S., we go live with The Wild Side Live, broadcasting from East Nashville, Tennessee, in a house bought in a Sears catalog. That's right, bought a house out of a catalog back in the day. That's a whole other story. Sorry, man, I've gone like 5 days without sleep, so you're with me at a very loopy period. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. Thank you very much for watching the video. Again, if you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wild Side.